In the early 2000s, the world stood at a crossroads. The United States had just experienced one of the most shocking events in modern history, the September 11 attacks. The country was grieving, angry, and searching for answers. It was during this moment of fear and uncertainty that one man stood at the center of global attention, President George W. Bush. But the story of the Iraq War didn't begin overnight. It was shaped by intelligence reports, political pressure, global tension, and the belief, later proven false, that Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction, known as WMDs. To understand how the Iraq War began, we must go back to the days following 9/11. The United States launched the War on Terror, targeting al-Qaeda and the Taliban in Afghanistan. This was widely supported, but soon attention shifted to another nation, Iraq, ruled by the authoritarian president Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein had a long, complicated past with the United States. He had been considered both an ally and an enemy at different times. He ruled Iraq with an iron fist, suppressing opposition and engaging in brutal conflicts, including the Iran-Iraq War and the invasion of Kuwait in 1990. After the Gulf War, the United Nations imposed strict restrictions on Iraq, demanding disarmament and regular inspections. Throughout the late 1990s, tensions grew. Iraq often resisted UN weapons inspectors, raising suspicion about what it might be hiding. But there was still no definitive proof of active weapons programs. Then came 9/11. The attack changed everything. Inside the US government, fear of another catastrophic attack led to intense discussions. Could another nation support terrorists? Could a dictator with a history of violence pass weapons to anti-American groups? It was in this environment that U.S. intelligence agents...
For President George W. Bush, the Iraq War became the defining event of his presidency, both for supporters and critics. Some believed he acted decisively in a time of danger. Others argued that the war was unnecessary, costly, and based on flawed information. The human cost was immense. Thousands of American soldiers died. Hundreds of thousands of Iraqis lost their lives. Millions were displaced. The Middle East was transformed, and global politics changed forever. Yet, despite the controversy, Bush often said he made the decision because he believed it was the right thing to do based on the information he had at the time. History continues to debate his legacy, a legacy shaped not by one moment, but by a chain of events that began with fear, uncertainty, and the hope of preventing future tragedy. Today, the Iraq War remains one of the most discussed, analyzed, and debated conflicts of the 21st century. It is a story of leadership and mistakes, of intelligence and misinformation, of power and consequences.